February 24th, and I have been cooped up in this room all year, and I haven't gone to the skate park once. I've been working on 3 games, and one's in pre-production. It's a sequel to my monster taming game, Entodrive. I've been rebuilding my superhero game from the Unity engine to the Godot engine, so I have some progress of that to share with you. And I've also been working on a platformer that's almost finished. And it's been a lot of fun, just developing all the movement mechanics, all the different types of levels, and then also making levels for both characters. But it's been challenging. It's a lot to make 3 games at once, and games don't get done very quick. Games are year-long endeavors, and I've been releasing a game every year since 2019, which is, it's a lot. And we're the 24th of February of this year already, and I haven't taken any breaks. Pretty much no stops. I'm trying to break this cycle, or at least even see if I can. I see so many other people on YouTube, they get excited about their game progress and all they have to show is just like their character walking around. But to them and their audience, that's like the most exciting and gratifying thing in the world. And right now, I'm missing that in my life. I don't share anything until it's like perfect or like all these different advanced mechanics, and then I feel like nobody ends up seeing my stuff because I'm not even proud of these like minor steps I'm taking, so I don't share them with anybody. I just want to get back into the groove of celebrating that progress again, the little things I achieve week to week, because they're important. If I didn't put those things in, the final product that ends up releasing in a year or so from now wouldn't have happened without all that effort. I'm so locked in, I don't even care about these little victories. And I think that's just so messed up about myself. I definitely don't like that. I'm depriving myself of not just the potential, audience I'm closing myself off to, but, also just the positive feeling of knowing I accomplished stuff. But really the joy of making the game is the discovery along the way, the little things you developed that you didn't know you needed to develop for your system, the small details about your character you didn't know were gonna be a thing until 3 months into developing one aspect of your game. And those things should be celebrated, and often I've been taking them for granted. I've been upset by them because they end up making things take more time or any of those things. And it's really just about my own expectations. So today I'm taking control. I'm gonna break free of this cycle, and we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna look back at the work I've done this year so far and just show you some of the progress I've made on it, some of the things I liked that I did, and just where all my projects are at. And then also I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna give you a little tour of my local skate park, show you what I do to relax when I'm not crunching and just locked into the grind 24/7 making these things. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's get it. The first thing I do before I go to the skate park is I stretch. You need to stretch. If you're not stretching before you go to the skate park, you're asking to get injured, especially in your 20s. So yeah, here is my new scooter setup. I haven't ridden it once this year at a skate park. I have a grind box that I've been riding in my backyard. I built it, and it's been a lot of fun. And I've been trying to do that as much as possible, but I have not actually really ridden this setup much at all. This is the Austin Coates Aztec Europa 2. I'm super proud of Austin Coates if you don't know him. He rode for Mothership for a while. He was on the team when I worked for them. We got to go to the Chicago Street Jam together, and it's just super cool to see the fruits of all of his labor and all of his work. He's got his signature deck and graphic on here. Mine's a little beat up. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this setup. You can see the snow on the ground. It's 37 degrees out, and I'm wearing short sleeves because I know it's just gonna get hotter. If you're in Indiana, this makes total sense. There's been snow on the ground since the start of the year. It's been brutal. It's the first time I've really had the chance to scooter. But yeah, if you're from Indiana, you know the weather will flip on a dime. Scoot in there. Actually pretty hard to do one-handed, not gonna lie. And we are headed to the Monon skate park. Eek. That's ice. There's still ice out. Yeah, not snowy, is it? It is pretty iced out. Pretty icy. Yeah, rocked on up to Central Park. Some people call it Monon. Some people call it Carmel Skate Park. But I call it the Monon Skate Park. And it is icy. But it looks like the bowl's clean. Bowl's ready. I'll give you a little tour. I really like this park because it's kind of a plaza design. So everything you can do one way, you can learn it the other way. And I'll show you. So here you go, you got your left side. Oh, your right side. Your back side, your front side, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you can pretty much learn any trick here going both ways, which is why I really like it. At least when the park's not covered in snow and shit. But yeah, look at that. Now this is funny. Just this end of the bowl where the sun doesn't hit it. This is where all the snow still is. I was like, oh, maybe the fly out, maybe the bowl is good. Nah. Looks like I'll just be using the ledge. Pretty typical for Indiana, but you know, I just wanted to get a session in, and I still will, but it's gonna be a little different. Probably just gonna be riding this thing. Get a quick session on it for you. Another section I really like is right here. Got these banked boxes. Pretty much if you're here when anybody else is here, that's where people will be sitting, most likely. But when no one's here, it is really fun to ride. It is one of the most fun obstacles in the park if you get enough speed to ride it. So I'll do some little jibs on the bottom one and then see if I can work my way up, do the top one or not. Probably not, but I didn't think I'd get that new learn earlier, so maybe we'll get this too. Slide. Couldn't do it. It's about what I expected to happen. 40 minutes on one thing that I couldn't do. So butthurt I couldn't do it. It's a balance when you're here. Try to push yourself. Try to have fun. But both of those things don't always go with each other, you know? Sometimes you just do what you can. I am not used to that or happy about it. Because I want to do more. That's why I'm working on 3 games. This is kind of what I'm talking about though. I don't get to enjoy the little tricks that I do every day, that I know how to do, that I love doing. Why deprive myself of that? It's so lame. So let's push myself to enjoy those little things. And that's the progression. Not learning a new trick, because I already got one new trick today, but try to have fun with the rest of the session. I'm gonna pick a couple of spots that I think I could have fun in. Let's start off very easy with the bank, the Euro Gap. There's one of these in every skate park in Indiana. I don't know why. Whoever designed all these parks love Euro Gaps. So we've got one over here, and we've got one over here. Try to get a couple tricks on them, see what we can do just on these little banks, see if there's anything fun to try. It was actually kind of cool. I can smell the rubber though. It smells horrible. What I'd like to do now, see if we can go from the bank to the box. Let's move on to something else though. Something a lot of skaters like that I don't like. I know a lot of scooter riders who like this type of thing. It's just not for me. I'll give it a go. No guarantees I land anything on this because I'm not really good at riding these. It's basically a flat bar, but it's concrete. Okay, so I lied, it's pretty fun. Nice park overall. I really love the symmetrical design. We're gonna be moving on from this to this bank. Since the bowl is still snowed out and iced out, I'm just gonna ride this bank to bank section like it's the bowl. Just wrapped up at Monon skate park in Carmel, and got about 2 hours in, not too bad. I try to get in early before I start work for the day, just get a workout in, and head out. And that's it, that's a wrap. So yeah guys, that's pretty much a typical session from me at the skate park. It's generally how they go. I go super early when nobody's there, so I can do my own thing, chill out, and then dip. So that was pretty much it guys. That's all I pretty much do at my local skate park. I go in, I get an exercise in, I try to have fun as much as possible while still pushing myself to land some tricks for Instagram. Sometimes I'm proud of myself, sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it's a little bit of both. That's kind of what today was all about, trying to put myself right into that struggle and see just how do I enjoy the space when it's just me? How do I enjoy me when it's just me? My presence, my expectations, my assumptions, my assertions about the day. How am I gonna enjoy that? Because I'm so out of practice. I code like every single day. I stare at a screen. It's awful. I get no exercise, no sun. If I get the sun, it's because I went out like today, 8 o'clock in the morning, 34 degrees, partially icy park, and I just send it because that's what scootering is all about. It's about pushing yourself to have fun. And have fun in ways you never thought you could. I didn't think I'd enjoy the little concrete flat bar as much as I did this session, but I did. Yeah, so pretty much the itinerary for today, which is a little bit, which is work on Entodrive. Yes, I am making a sequel to Entodrive, Entodrive Auburn and Azure. And I'm working on it with two very talented artists who reached out to me wanting to work together, and I kind of came up with this cozy collaboration for us all to work on together and explore and expand. It's kind of in our pre-production phase, so we're still trying to figure out everything that this game is going to be, what it's going to be like, but I'm just super excited. It's about a scientist fresh out of college who doesn't know it yet, but she is a part of that team, that evil team that shows up in every monster taming game that wants to use science for their own end. And she's a young science grad who has a very naive perspective about the world. And it's about slowly coming to the realization that who you're working for and who you wanted to work for and look up to is actually the antithesis to what you're about. And it's about reclaiming science for herself again. So through monster taming, through exploring different planets, it's been fun building you know, the lore of these different places she's going to visit and interact with, and how that coincides with the conflicts of the team and what their goals are. And then the other thing I'm working on today is, I'm going to show you a little bit of it because it's just too cool not to show, but it's the final prototype for Godot Spryward. I've had about 3 or 4 different character controllers in the works so far for how I wanted to port my superhero game from the Unity game engine to the Godot game engine. It's not a simple task. I've had to rewrite code, I've had to rewrite just the physics aspects of things, kind of replan my UI, replan how the character even interacts with enemies and the world itself, and changing it from a 2.5D side-scrolling experience to just a side-scrolling experience to now changing it to an open world experience. Spryward is no secret. It's always been my dream project. It's my biggest swing. I'm making it for a friend who's no longer with us, and I just want to make a superhero that I know he'd be really proud of, and I think he'd get a kick out of. So part of making this new version of Spryward has been rebuilding from the ground up every single level from my zombie game, Vacancy Unlimited, because that city is the same city that my superhero is defending. So there's already a whole town map, a city map for that gamers have played through, expecting kind of what this city looks like and the layout of it. So now I'm getting to build kind of all those levels again in Godot, but now they're all connected and it's going to be seamless. I've got like 1.5-ish really. I've got 1.5-ish zones right now from Vacancy Unlimited and from the original Spryward, which is Bayside and Riverside. The whole city map is based off of Everett, Washington, which is where I lived in Washington State for 6 to 8 years or so. And I love that place. It was honestly one of my favorite places I ever lived. So many great skate parks, so many great people, just lots to do, lots to see, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenery. But also it was just an interesting city that was struggling to thrive, you know, being so close to Seattle, but still being a port city, and not having that much going for it, and seeing how the community kind of came together to build that. That's really interesting to me, and I want a superhero who wants to be a part of that, who wants to preserve that, while there's a society actively trying to degrade that, try to destroy it, try to get rid of it. So yeah, it's been really fun, but really challenging, and I'm happy with the character controller I got so far. I've just been slowly building piece by piece, one piece by piece, you know, trying to get excited about just the movement of my character, the guy walking around, you know, just like I said earlier, and be proud of that, but also just piece by piece get one bit of the movement, one bit of the combat, one bit of how the game functioned in Unity, and translate that into this new version in Godot to make it an even better game. I didn't leave a proper outro on this video, so I'm doing it now. I don't normally do these types of vlogish style videos. It makes me super anxious and I'm not the best at them, but I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm trying to push myself in different ways and to make some different content in 2025. But thanks for watching if you got this far. I hope it was interesting or insightful. And I'm curious, for you, in February, what was the thing that made you smile? What was the thing that made you happy or made you proud of yourself? Write it down below, let me know.